Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is, in fact, Friday. As you can see right there on the bottom, it is, in fact, Friday, August 8th of 2025. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Stream Elements. I can't read. I can't even read. Welcome, Stream Elements. Welcome, Defins, Sako, Tad, Nibby, and Inkify, and Lastabaka, and Slime Molder. What is this place? This place looks pretty nice. It is Italy. It is Ameglia. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Amelia? Is that Amelia? Any Italians here? Ameglia, Italy. It looks very nice. Look at those trees. Look at the color of those trees. Yeah, Amelia Watson. That's crazy. Anyway, good news is that the game jam that I participated in, the GMTK Game Jam 2025, the voting period has ended, and surprisingly, my game was actually pretty high up there on the enjoyment category. There were several categories. They had enjoyment, creativity, narrative, artwork, audio. Also, welcome Stanley. And it was actually number 29, which is actually, if you consider that there's like 9,000 something, it's like 9,500 something submissions, that's like pretty good, right? It's right there. Look at this. We got even the number. This is like an unfortunate number in many, in several Asian cultures. The number 4 is associated with bad luck, and I got 4 of them. Wow. But that's fine, because I don't care about that. Yeah, we got rank 29. Other stuff, not whatever. Like I don't really care about the artwork, you know. It's Pico 8. It's kind of hard to make good art. That's not true. A lot of people have made really good art in Pico 8, but I feel like it's less common. So I wasn't really trying for artwork. The audio, I mean, there's pretty much like not really. And there's like a little bit of sound effects, but like, you know, I wasn't trying to get to have good audio. Like, that's fine, you know, whatever. Narrative, it's pretty much no narrative, so it's expected. But you know, enjoyment, many people enjoyed it. That was nice. Creativity, that's pretty good though. 230 out of like 9,500. That's pretty high up there. But you know, the real winning was actually that many people played my game. This is the kind of thing you'll hear people say, oh, the real winning is the fact that dozens of people played your game. That's, you know, that's what it means to win, probably. I don't know. But that was cool. Many people left reviews. Actually, I was watching W1K's stream yesterday. I was literally, this is the person who worked on this game that we played as well. I found out that they're actually a fan of me. But I was searching on Twitch yesterday for GMTK, and then I found their stream. They were literally playing my game at the time that I found their stream. And then I popped in there, I was like, what the heck? Someone's playing my game? And they're like, actually, I've been a fan of you since the Toho days. It's like, whoa, what the? Isn't that crazy? Small world. Yeah, I've left several reviews on various things. But you know, we had a good time. A lot of people played my game. Several people also made Pico 8 games as well. It's pretty cool. Some people are here specifically because of the game jam. Nepotism, that's not what nepotism is. It's a totally different thing. They also don't have control over the game jam results. So like, I don't know what you're saying. I know you're joking. However, I have to be like the guy who's like, oh, actually, nepotism is it's not the same thing. Anyway, a good time. My first game jam, pretty good result. I'm proud of it. I am going to revisit it though, because I didn't have time to add all the levels I wanted. The game is pretty short, as many people in the comments said. They're like, oh, this game is cool. I sure wish it was longer though. And I also had the same impression, because I didn't have time really to add everything. Personally, take my top 1,000 in creativity and enjoyment. Oh yeah, Inkify, I think this was the developer of a game that I didn't have time to finish, but I had a good time with it. It was that puzzle script game with the loops. I mean, they all had loops, obviously. This is the one where you walk a certain number of steps and then like it flips you around. I thought that was a cool game. I did not have time to finish it. Nepotism is when someone likes a thing. So true. Me when I like anything, it's just nepotism. But yeah, you know, good times. Look at that. But you know, we had many ratings. That's cool. We could take a look probably when I do my Saturday stream. I'll probably play some games from this game jam. We could take a look at like the most popular ones. This one like was high in like a lot of categories. So like I am looking forward to playing this one. It looks pretty polished. Something about it reminds me of Pikmin, although I don't know if that's necessarily the inspiration. I've literally never played Pikmin, so I don't know. But I will add it to the list. Anyway, look at these games. It's interesting though that a lot of the games that are here were not in like the most popular. Which means that popularity is not necessarily the deciding factor, which is good. Because, you know, you might think, oh, look, this game has so many reviews. How am I? Okay, my computer crashed. This is expected. Anyone who's new to the stream, my computer just does this sometimes. Just have to wait for it to restart. You may be like, oh, well, you're streaming? How can you stream if your computer crashed? It's a different computer. Anyway, I'm going to have to hold down the power button. Pikmin seems like a game you would enjoy. Would I though? I don't know. I've never tried it. Apparently you get punished for a low amount of ratings only if you're below the median amount. I see. I wonder what that amount was. I feel like a lot of the games had like around 20 ratings, right? From what I've seen, 20 to 30. Mine had like 70 something, which is surprising to me. Well, if he's so powerful, he can stream with a crash PC. So true. Just continue streaming. Yeah, this is my first game jam, so I don't really know how things work necessarily. It's below like 16 considering what got number 1 in enjoyment. 26 ratings. 43, 95 ratings. I feel like some of these I didn't even see. I saw someone play this one. This one seemed cool. A lot of cool looking games. I'm sure like a lot of these are going to become like full games as well, maybe. I know mine will. I'm for this stream I'm planning on like restarting my game. Because like there's a lot of things I did not like about how I implemented it. I can show it actually. Let me show the game. Let's see, it's in the GMTK directory. Load gmtk.pico8. So all of my levels are designed in the level editor, which kind of restricts me. This wasn't a limitation when I was making the game because I was not going to have like 20 something levels. But I think with the current way that I'm doing this, I would only be able to have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd have 32 levels maximum. Now there are ways to do it. You can define your levels in code, but I feel like that would be kind of annoying to do. So one thing that I think I will try out, sorry, not GMTK, LDTK. This is like a level editor program. It's like an external program. You can make your levels in this thing and then export them as like a JSON file and then like have another like custom script that processes that file and then writes it to something that can be read by Pico8. I think that's probably a good idea because with the way that Pico8 works, you don't have multiple layers. It's kind of annoying is that the way that these tiles are set up, these are not the actual tiles that get spawned in the game. I have like a separate set of tiles, which is like this one, and then I recolor it. I like go through every tile, I find the blue one, and then I replace it with this empty tile, and then I put like a thing on that tile. It's kind of annoying. Also, welcome Dog Developer. Thank you, thank you. And if we had actual layers, I didn't have to do that. So I'm thinking if I used LDTK, I could define my level. You have multiple layers to put things on, so you could have one for objects, one for like the actual background, and then you have a custom script to import it, have whatever logic to like spawn the objects or whatever. And then also the way that my loops are defined is kind of annoying. I have to do it in code. Let me actually open up my code. Sorry, I keep forgetting what to type. Windows subsystem for Linux. And then you do this one. And then you go to the Pico 8 directory. Okay, it's gonna be here. So the way I define my loops, I have a levels object. Weasel, what? Which one? I define my objects, and then here I have to like manually put in like the objects here. I have to be like, okay, this is a blue loop. It's gonna be at these coordinates. I have another blue loop, it's at these coordinates. We have a red one at these coordinates. It's kind of annoying because I have to like go to the map and be like, okay, well, this is tile 36, 6, and then it ends at 44, 8, and then I have to like go in here and be like, okay, I'm gonna type this in 36, 6, whatever. And then if I like move levels around, I have to like adjust everything. It's actually really annoying. It would be nice if I could just like draw the loops. Like, what if this was a loop? Wouldn't that be cool? But you can't, because that's Pico 8. But then if I were to do it in LDTK, I could probably define like an object that's simply like a loop, and then I could just draw it on a different layer. I could be like, okay, this is the loop. Sorry, not this one. It's gonna be this one. I could be like, okay, this object right here, this is the loop. And then I'd have to like rework my logic, because I assume that every loop is a rectangle. Whereas if I'm drawing them myself, they may not actually be rectangles, which could open up some new level design ideas. Because when I was designing levels, I was kind of wishing that I could have some loops that were like this. Like maybe like this. So then if you're on this side and you go around, you wrap around here. But then if you're here, you could wrap around here. If you're here, you would wrap around here. The current way that I do it, that's not possible. There's strictly rectangles, and then the way that I loop you around is I just do like a modulo. I do like, okay, you're here, get the height of the box or whatever, and then like wrap it around, and now you're on this side. But it doesn't handle this thing. But I think I know a way that I could handle this thing. It would be pretty straightforward. A way that I could do it is that if you are, for example, if you're standing here, say this is like the edge of the loop. The way I do it right now, I will take the player, I will take their position, move it here, and then modulo it, and then suddenly you're on this side. I'm thinking that instead of doing that, I could be like, if you're here, just walk backwards and find the next loop or whatever. Find the next tile that is like a loop next to something that's not a loop. So then if you're here, you walk backwards and suddenly you're here. If you're like on this side, you walk backwards and you're here. If you're here, you walk, if you're walking to the left, you would then walk this way, and now you're there. All right, so that is a way that I could do it. I think that would make a lot of sense. Also, welcome Dahlia. Although it would also be a little bit more complicated because the way that I draw these loops is I just use like a rectangle. So Pico 8 has like a built-in rectangle function. It'll just draw the rectangle at the coordinates you specify. If these are separate objects, I can't do that because then you would have a rectangle here. Sorry. You'd have a rectangle here, and then like another rectangle, and they would be overlapping. So I would need like some other custom logic to do that. It's probably not hard. I would just need to like think through how I want to do it. But definitely possible. And let's see, what else? Could also like think of like other game mechanics to add. Like right now we have these, which I haven't even really like explored. Like I've really only done like one level that used all the concepts. Also my computer crashed again, so I have to wait. It's my fault for not starting my computer 15 minutes before the stream. I'm usually pretty good at doing that. But today I forgot, and I just have to wait. Item to push the loop area around. Yeah, I thought there was like one idea that I could have, is that the loop area could be anchored to like a tile, and then you like push the tile, and then the loop thing moves with it. I think that'd be cool. I wonder if you'll upgrade in 2 years? I don't think so. I feel like the games that I play on my stream are mostly like obscure indie games on itch.io, and those don't typically have like high GPU or CPU requirements, so I don't really have too much of a reason to upgrade my computer. I don't know, maybe in 10 years. But I guess we'll see. Anyway, it's restarting again. Anyway, it was cool. There's gonna be another game jam, I think at the end of August. It's gonna be Bracky's Game Jam, and that one is 1 week long. The GMTK one was, I think it was like 4 days, but really I mostly worked on it for 3 days. But then, yeah, that one's gonna be a week, which is gonna be interesting because I've never really, I mean, I've only ever done one game jam, so I don't know, that's gonna be the longest one I've worked on. Godot Wild Jam just started too. Critters. I feel like I've seen another game jam that had critters as the theme, or like creatures of some kind. I don't know. How long is that one? Is that one like 3 days long? And we're gonna take off for like time off from work? I don't think so. Probably not. I could take some days off. I checked my my what's the word for it? Number of vacation days that I have. I've not taken any off since December, so I have like a lot stacked up. I could probably just be like, I'm gonna take some time off. I could think about it. Also, my computer's not restarting for some reason. What? Hold on. Let me detach my capture card. Okay, there it is. Here it is. It's there. Go take vacation and do the game jam in Japan, but then why would I be in Japan for this? That would be so suboptimal. It would make no sense. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe. Do the game jam in Europe? Why would I not do the game jam at home, though? You want to check my analytics? Look at this. Look at these graphs. Whoa, 250 something. 48 views, that's crazy. Here's the websites. Pico 8. I guess there's like a lot of people that watch the Pico 8 tag. Sokoban is also, I guess, a tag that people care about. Game jam at home. Me when I program a game. This game sure is jamming. I don't know. Yeah, I thought ahead of time. When I was uploading this project, I was like, I'm probably gonna make a full version of it. So I specifically did not call the project Opretlo. I specifically added GMTK 2025 so that I can make a full game. And that one is just going to be Opretlo on its own. Wonder if your game was mentioned on Reddit. I think Xtag posted it on Reddit. When I saw when I saw the metrics and it said Reddit, I was like, oh. I searched on Reddit and I saw a post from Xtag. Welcome, Delicious Smile. Makes sense. It'd make for a really good full game. I hope so. For the full game, I'm still gonna make it in Pico 8 most likely. I'm like not even near like the token limit, I think. And I feel like Pico 8 makes sense. It's like a pretty simple game. Just got a PS5 Pro. Which games though? You mentioned you got a PS5 Pro, but what about the games? Are there any games? I don't know. So this thing, it's like, it's not even like 1/4 of the tokens. And my code was like really inefficient. So I could probably make like a pretty long game without even being near the limitations. So that's pretty cool. Are there really PS5 games that aren't Astrobot? They've got something. I don't know, probably. They probably exist. I don't know of them, but they exist. Games. I thought it was a space. Everyone's making fun of the new PS5 owner. I can't believe this. I can't believe that we would do this. Right. What else did I want to talk about? I don't know. That's pretty much it. Alright, good stream. Thanks for watching. That's right. I'm just kidding. Let's work on rewriting our game from scratch. There's many things that bother me. Also, yeah, this is the song that I end my stream to usually. What are recent events? Grass Wanderer passed away. Do you see that? Genshin Impact. What was I doing? Right, I was gonna remake the game. I did see that. It was depressing. Okay, it was not depressing, like, really, because I'm not that into Musume, but, like, when I opened the game and Grass Wonder was there, I was like, no! No, that's the horse that passed away today. Well, they passed away, like, last week, right? Was it today? It was announced today, but the horse was probably not alive for some time. I don't know. Let's make a new project. Instead of calling this one GMTK, it's going to be called Op Ratlow. Look at that, that's the rat looping game. Also, welcome Alexei. Let's make a new Pico 8 project. Op Ratlow. You can watch me make the game from scratch. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go to the previous directory. Is there a way to open up Pico 8 with your home directory as a specific directory? Pico 8 CLI command. Command reference. Backup. There's like command line options. Where's the option? Pico 8 documentation. Haru Urara just got our first shipments of grass overseas. People were talking about how Grass Wonder is on the same farm. I didn't even know that they were on the same farm. No. Pico 8 CLI. Okay. Window width, volume, pixel perfect, pre-blit scale. I don't even know what that is. Scale the display by N before blitting to screen. Run. Export. Param. Home. Dash home. Dash root path. Okay, so we can do... you can close Pico 8 from here. I want to open it from the CLI. Anyway, how's everyone else doing? I saw a Labubu at work. I think that was the first time I've seen a Labubu in real life. Is a guy at work had it on his backpack, and I was like, oh, I've actually never seen one until now. I feel like I would normally associate Labubu with like women. Is this misogynistic? Is this like a sexist of me to say? I feel like most Labubus that I see mentioned online are not from men. But the first one that I saw was on a guy's backpack. I was like, oh, that's unexpected. Really goes to show that you can't anticipate everything. What was I doing? I was going to open up this thing. And then this is like the Northern Lion sushi bit. He's like, sushi. Except it's Labubus. No one even knows. Okay, so we got Pico 8. We're going to do dash home. Sorry, dash root underscore path. And it's going to be... Oh, but like I don't know where the files are. It's on a C slash users Wolfie welcome Orfish. So much grass, I wonder where it come from. It looks wonderful. Where's grass wonder? She wondered. No. No. Sync thing slash default slash Pico 8 slash what's the name of it? Op Ratlow. Alright. I'm gonna open a project. We're gonna save it immediately. Saved untitled. I'm going to change it. Let's go to that folder. Let's move it. I don't know how to type. Untitled. Let's call that op-ratlow.p8. And then we're gonna load op-ratlow. Okay, so now we have our project. I've been feeling all over the place this week. Been changing my sleep schedule for real this time. Have you been sleeping at a reasonable hour? What's the deal with sleep? I probably should have copied the graphics over. I could do that. Let's copy from GMTK. Here's the cool thing about Pico 8 files is that they can be edited. Oh shoot, what the? You could literally look at it in your editor. Okay, we're gonna copy some graphics from our existing project. Copy from here. Hold on. Open this one. Okay, so we got graphics. Simply just copy this section over. From here. And then just paste it there. Okay, so we have all our graphics. We just have to reload. And look at that, they're all there. It's that simple. And then one thing that I wanted to do was update this dot to be 1 higher, because it was actually off-center. If you'll notice, this is now centered. It was previously over here. Let's say go to sleep between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. my time. Target is at midnight. I'm currently waking up between 6 and 7 to go on walks with my mom. She's awake that early. I guess, I don't know. I guess people can wake up 6 a.m. though? That's so early. 6 a.m. What the? That's crazy. Healthy routine. So true. Let's download LDTK. Is it available on Chocolatey, do you think? Yeah, welcome Nova. Hello, hello. What are you doing? Probably art, I would assume. Welcome Sun as well. No, it was not art. It was Battlefield. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. I hope your battlefield had many victories or whatever. Whatever it is that you do in that game. I hope it was good. I don't know what that means, but that's cool. What is he saying? See, she wanted to go on walks with me, suggested 6 in the evening. And it seemed to inconvenient. I suggested you were the one who suggested 7 a.m. to wake up. What the heck? And you go to bed at midnight? That's not enough sleep. 6 a.m. Legos mostly today. I'm gonna assume that's probably what you meant to type. They have Legos in Battlefield? I didn't know that. But that's cool. Is it like a versus thing? Is it like Minecraft? I don't know. Oh, this costs money. I thought it was free. I'm okay. I didn't know it cost money. I may have to buy this on my other browser. I should have tried it out before stream, I guess. No, actually, it's not. It's not. Okay, this is an optional thing. Okay, I'm gonna try it out, and then there's a trial. Okay. Windows. I've never tried it before. I clicked on download, and it is not downloading. Oh no, it is downloading. I've downloaded it twice. Okay, let's open this one. I can reasonably function on 6 hours, and the benefit is that I'm tired in the evening. Oh, and then it lets you sleep. Because you're tired. I see. Alright, there's LDTK. Is this the installer? This appears to be the entire program. Welcome, Marxist. I thought it was just an installer. Where's my downloads directory? This one? It is the installer.exe. But this appears to be the actual thing. Okay. Let's make a new project. Do you prefer Wolfie instead? Yes. Yes, I do. But I also don't mind. Let's see. Programs. Do I want to... Let's make this one in our Pico 8 directory. Let's see. Pico 8. Where did I save this as? It was in the sync thing. Right, it was here. Sync thing, default, Pico 8. Opratlow. What do I call this one? Tiles levels.ldtk. Let's do that. Okay, so we have a new thing. I gotta figure out how this works. Settings. UI scale. How do I set the tiles? Need at least one layer. Okay, here's how you can export a thing in Pico 8. Export tiles. Actually, I should probably commit this first. Also, I totally forgot to introduce what I was doing to the raiders. You're probably like, what is this? I worked on a Game Jam game this past week, and it won 29th in enjoyment. So now I'm like, I'm gonna make a better version, because this one was very short. I'm sure everyone's gone by now. It's fine. Okay, so we're gonna commit this. Git init. Let's add opratlow. Initial commit. Okay, so we have opratlow, and then you can export the image. I'm gonna have this one as an output. So git ignore, we're gonna ignore PNGs, all of them for now, because this is only for LDTK to be used. You go here, you do export tiles.png. You could also have this be, you could have like a build directory. I don't know what to call this. I could also make a Bazel rule that does this for me, but I don't want to do that now. Alright, so we have tiles, LDTK. What do the letters stand for? I don't know. Okay, we're gonna, how do we load up the tiles? Tile sets. Add. Tiles.png. Okay, look at this. And then it's gonna be 8 tiles. Tile set grid changed. This change cannot be done. I mean, I didn't change anything. Did I change anything? 8 pixel tiles. Grid size is large. That's fine. I haven't added any tiles yet. Okay, so now we have this. This is in fact our tiles. And then I believe in LDTK you can define various rules about how your tiles are going to be placed. So that's cool, right? That's pretty cool. We can have this tile here. It's going to be our empty tile. I could probably get rid of these ones. These ones I believe I probably won't need because I can simply recolor these. But I don't know. Enum for tile marking. What is this? By linking an enumeration, you will be able to mark tiles using values from this enum. You can mark tiles with collision information, special material, footstep sound. I see, I don't have those yet. Okay, so we have a tile set. And then we have a layer. How do we make a layer? How do we make a layer? Layers. Probably in the layers folder. Integer grid. Entities. Okay, integer grid. This is going to be our ground layer. I don't know what to call it. Ground layer, foreground layer, floor maps, levels. What do people usually call this? Solids. Solid. Grid size. Gotta be 8. Offsets, opacity, parallax, colors. Man, there's a lot of stuff here. And then you can have grid value. So grid value 1 is going to be solid, right? And then you're going to have open, right? This is like open tile, floor, maybe floor. Open, I don't know. Solid, open, auto layer tile set. Tiles. Kill tiles. What? Select. I should probably read a tutorial. Selecting the tile set here will enable all auto rendering capabilities. Render automatically tiles. This allows to render automatically tiles based on int grid values. Painting grass tiles above cells containing collision values. Kill tiles. If the selected tile layer contains any tiles, this auto layer won't draw anything under them. I see. A biome? Yo, what if I had biomes? What if instead of always being in like a dungeon or like, I don't know what this is, like a basement? What if you entered the surface and then the next area is like in a forest? Or like it's got dirt. I don't know. That's cool, right? I didn't consider that. So we have solid and open. That's probably all we need, right? Buy ohms in this economy? I mean, your electronics come with many resistors. There's already like probably thousands upon thousands of ohms. It's not like it's gonna be that hard to buy ohms. I should probably, what if I swap these around? So open is going to be black, and solid. You know, I should probably, can I undo this? This one is open. This one is open. This one. Actually, no, I guess I only need solid, because open would just imply the absence of solid. So maybe this itself is fine. Sometimes there's 0 ohm resistors. Yeah, but like, that doesn't prevent my statement from being true, though. Is that most resistors are not 0 ohm. How much is an ohm? I don't know. I don't really know. Oh, they have a tutorial. Look at this. It opened in the wrong browser. Oh, it's because I had to reinstall I had to reinstall Firefox the other day. Make Firefox default browser. It's probably in the settings somewhere. Settings, general, make default. Okay. Make default. I didn't know they had like a sad face emoji. Like, Firefox is not your default browser. What the frick? Go to settings, default apps, select default for Firefox. What the heck? You have to do this manually? Firefox. Alright, have a good night, Zoli. Thanks for stopping by. But there's 2 Firefoxes. Why are there 2 of them? What the heck? Is this the right Firefox? I don't know. Anyway, everyone, how's your day going? This is a tutorial. Okay, we have auto layers. Auto layers are based on int grid layers. They have a tile set linked to them. Okay, create a tile set. I've done that. Create an int grid layer. I have done that. And then add some rules. Okay, so there's a rules layer. There's a rules section somewhere. Rules. This is very zoomed in. Okay, you go to the layer list. Why is this solid? Solid. Layer identifier. Solid. Soldy. Before we go, people have made a website that is the Reddit place thing, but a world map. Yes, I've seen that all over Twitter. There's a lot of Deltarune and Undertale. It's pretty much like all that you see. But I don't know. I guess I never really participated in like Reddit's r/place. Like things like this, it's like kind of interesting, but also kind of like I don't care that much. Not to say it's not me saying like how dare you link this. I don't care about this thing you linked. I mean, like, you know, it's cool. People are uniting. People are doxing themselves. They're like, oh no, there's this thing right next to my house. Look at this. And then everyone's like, you just like revealed your location. You revealed where you live. Check my city. I was looking at it today. I saw a Haru Urara in southern Brooklyn. And I was like, yo, I know what that is. That's Haru Urara, the Uma Musume. Welcome, Choco Jack. I can even open it up right now. Let's dox my location. It's not like it's a big deal because, like, is that my location? That's not my location. Whatever. This is close enough. It's Brooklyn. Let's see. I think I saw the Haru Urara. Yeah, look at this. Look at that, that's her right there. You got Mario. You got a lot of Undertale. You got Cave Story. Welcome Middle Deers. Mario. What's wrong with this Mario? Is that a capybara? It is like way too much Undertale. Sans Undertale. I like this one. This is a school. It's kind of weird that the school is called the New School, but this is, you can assume this is where it's located. I will assume that people at the school were like, yo, what the, we gotta make like a thing for our school, and they're probably all in the computer lab and they're like, let's make sure that we make our thing right next to our school. I thought that was pretty cool. Did I welcome Newton? They did r/place for 3 years in a row, and it's like, eh. True, I kind of don't care about r/place. Welcome Pork Foo as well. I bet if it weren't summer themed, there would be less Undertale Deltarune. Why did I say themed? Summer, there would be less. Okay, I thought that R was an M. Sock car. Yeah, sock car D's. Oh, there's Miku. It's Eevee. I recognize this Eevee. Spider-Man. That's the cat from the whatever cartoons. A bunch of evolutions. It's a Reimu from Toho. I Mold. Anyone else here Mold? Anyway, it's cool. You can open this up on stream yourself and dox your own location. That'd be cool. It didn't actually dox my exact location because I am on VPN. But this is my approximate location. You all know that I live in Brooklyn. So like this big area out here that has like millions upon millions of people. Is that Fraps? Anyone remember Fraps? Do I know what city I live? I know. You've doxed your location many times. Millions of times. Anyway, that's cool. Any interesting location? Anyone want to dox their own location so I can look at it? Can we go to like what's over there in like California? Anyone in here? No one even cares about Chiquita Banana. I tried to look, but it wouldn't load for me. What the? San Francisco. Yo, they got freaking Chikawa. Got the Binding of Isaac. More Cave Story. Weird looking Mario. A lot of, like, way too much Deltarune. Like, half of this stuff is Deltarune. Homestuck. Sonic the Hedgehog. Toho. Sonic Adventure. What is this? Homestuck mention. What the heck is this? The Chinese embassy building? Oh, what is this? More Undertale. Wait, does anyone remember this thing? Literally, does anyone remember this one? This is Neko. I know this is just a word for a cat in Japanese. Neko, I don't know how to search for this. This was like a interactive, like, desktop pet or something. Not Nico. This thing. What is this? This guy. Desktop pet. This guy. What the heck is that? Anyway, that's cool. Macintosh. Zoomed into Osaka and makes total sense. I saw a screenshot of that. It is of the Azumanga Daioh character. Has something similar in 2010's Shimeji. Yeah, but this was even older than that, I think. Any other interesting things before I go back to game dev? What about anything anything over here? Reno, Nevada. Where is Reno? I don't even know where that is. Benson. Oh, Morchikawa? By Lake Tahoe? You assume that I know where that is. That's not it. I don't know. You could screenshot it. I don't know. Oh, I know in Vancouver they have a bunch of Northern Line things. Because he is from Vancouver, and... Yo, is that more Uma Musume? It's Mihono Bourbon. That's off. It's Fuamoko. I got Northern Line here, and Tomo, and Librarian, and Kate, and Sushi. Oh my god, the sushi though, and the carrots. The Uma Musume carrots. Glorp. A lot of stuff. The sushi. The Vinky. Frog. What are these? Was that the Twitch integrated throwing system? I don't know. Where? Welcome, Tag Barrel. Thank you. The Blue Dog. This is Chicory. Chicory. Colorful tail. I believe it's this guy. It's this bench right here. It's literally the same. I've never played it. I don't really know what the game is about. But it looks nice. I've seen it. West of Northern Line? You mean Northwest Line? No, I don't mean that at all. Sin City? Splatoon? Is that Calliope Mori? Is that the Pokemon trainer? I don't know. Sans Undertale. What do they got over in Japan? You know, I don't think too many Japanese users are actually using this. It's just people like from outside of Japan drawing things in Japan. Chicory has a good message. It's like kind of like Celeste does. Perhaps. Bochi the Rock. It's Bochi. Digimon. Where's all the Uma Musume at in Japan? What's that lake in Weathering with You? I don't know. Do you think they have Eurocamp stuff at Mount Fuji? Where's Mount Fuji? It's like down here, right? It's right here. Excuse me. Where is the Eurocamp stuff? Excuse me. Where's the Eurocamp art? Eurocamp fanbase, where are you? They don't exist. Anyway, I should probably develop a game at this point. You know, it's fun to look around. Evangelion. Is that Nintendo? Is this Nintendo headquarters? What about this Toho project? Splatoon. A lot of things. I think I saw a thing where like in the very middle of Alabama, they got the whatchamacallit? The incest game. What's that game called? The one that Choco Jax enjoys. Where's that? Yeah, Andy and Lele. They have like a big thing of Lele. Coffin. They're out there coughing. I believe right in the middle of Alabama. The home of incest. She's there somewhere. I don't know where, but it's somewhere. Birmingham? Welcome, Matthias. Why does Wolfie refuse to verify he's human? I think this is only needed if you want to put something on the map. Also, yes, I'm going to hydrate. I know. I saw it was like 5:59. And I was like, it's about time soon. Is that a dog? What is that? Anyway, it's time to drink water. I pressed the button to spawn my water, but it has not spawned. Okay, there it is. Alright. I have done it. It has been successful. Alright, let's get back into game development. Surely there's people that tune into this and being like, can't wait to see some game development, and then I'm just like looking at a map with things on it. It's like, this is not game dev. I was here to watch insightful commentary about something or other. It simply doesn't exist. Is there anything over here? Welcome, Namaya. Also, Zoe, I thought you were going to sleep. What are you doing? I found a Rin near Yamanashi Prefecture. That's good. Anyway, that was W Place. World place, if you will. We're going to define various things. Welcome, Beat Shabone. Okay, we're learning how to do LDTK. So we have a layer. Layer gonna have grid size 8, layer identifier, level. I don't know what to call it. And then we gotta have the auto layer somehow. Capital is all spam, while the student cities are all art. Now, capital of what though? Okay, so you go here, a rule group. There are rules that you can add. I kind of wish these screenshots were a bit zoomed out. Oh, okay. Never mind. You can click. Okay, you can click on them. Let's see. I don't have a rules button though. Am I on the wrong thing? Add some values. Select your tile set in the auto paint section. Auto paint. Auto layer, is that different from auto paint? Then how do I've selected it. And then click on the rules button. But I don't have that. It doesn't exist. Auto paint is for cars? No, that's not even... Oh, edit rules. Is it edit rules? Is that what I want? Rules, level, tiles, default, plus group. Alright, solid. Auto rendered tiles. Let me see. So you choose which tile is solid. And then I think this tutorial is out of date. Create new rule group. Create new rule in this group. How do I use this? Solid. Main int grid value. Solid. Outer int grid value. 0. Do I not have 0? Welcome Eidolon and Endymion. I maybe need to make a new one that is empty. How do I do that? Go back here. You go to your grid values. Okay, here you got empty, which means I should probably have empty be this one, and then number 2 is solid. Right, so this is by default. That is that true? Is this how this works? I don't really know. If only someone here knew. Unfortunately, no one knows. Main int grid value is empty. Outer int grid value... Wait a second. Create a new rule group. Create a rule in this group. How do rules work? How rules work? Walls? Okay. So main int grid value. By default it should be filled, and then you can fill in the empty spaces. I think that would be easier. Group of rule name. I don't know. Sure. Only rule, no rules. So true. How does this work? Here is the rule editor window. Edit rules. What? Options. Update rules. Int grid value. Main int grid value. Solid. Outer int grid value. Empty. But then how do I choose which one of these goes with which one? Update rules. Rule group not found in DOM. Is this just like a wrapper around like a JavaScript thing? This feels very much like a website, but like as an app. How do you do any of this? You click on solid. Can't draw it. Turns out this is quite complicated. I might have to watch a video. Second one means paint the tile on the left if any. Okay, but then how do I get to that option? I wouldn't be surprised if this used Electron. It definitely does not feel like a native app. MC coffee mug is a wrapper around a JavaScript. What? Like, I know that's like a joke, but like, I know that Java is like a type of coffee, and that MC usually implies wrapping. But what about the script? Where does the script come in? So we have empty and solid layer. Let's watch a tutorial. LDTK auto layer tutorial. Is there one on YouTube, perhaps? Maybe this one? Welcome to my recording. Two things going on here. Please start from scratch. We're gonna add a layer. You have an integer grid. MC means master of ceremonies. They have to have a script. But then, how can they also be a rapper, though? I don't know. I understand what you were going for, but I think it's a bit of a stretch. But thank you for the attempt. Okay, you can edit rules, use assistant. Oh wait, what is this? When I clicked on my thing, it did not have that. What is this? Oh, you click on the tile that you want to have the thing, but I don't really want that though. Can I delete this? Let's delete this. I see. Click on this one. And click on this one. Main int grid value. It's going to be... I guess it would default to empty. And then I would... And then what is outer int grid? There's a question mark. This is the int grid value that will be used to paint tiles using automated rules. If this outer value is not defined, the automated rules check if the main value is near something that is not the main value. What? Oh, I see. So if you have empty near empty, then it does this. Okay, so we're gonna have solid as the main value. And then you're gonna compare this to empty, which means what do I mean by this? Actually, we want the edges of the tiles to be this, and then the middle is going to be black. It's going to be this tile. I know it shows up looking like this, but that is simply because that's how it works. You don't have to fill all the tiles. The important ones are the ones in the green area. The green area appears to move depending on where I'm scrolling. It's also not really green for most of it. I think it could just be this. We could just set all of these to be this. And it would be fine. Probably. Okay. Cool. And then if I update the rules, there's two of these. Why are there two of these? Why do they allow things to be named the same thing? Okay, so you can delete things. Am I deleting things or placing things? What is my current brush? These rules are managed by the assistant editor. What if I go to advanced mode? You'll be able to edit manually all the rules and add new ones. Enabling advanced mode prevents you from using the rule assistant. That's fine, right? That's probably fine. Maybe it's not fine. Can I undo that? No, it turns out this is more complex than I thought. I thought you would... I was looking at this tutorial that was here, and this one seems straightforward. You would just say if there's a wall here, then the middle would be empty. If you're surrounded by walls, it's empty. And then if you have a wall next to an open tile, you would have the other thing. But actually, I just don't understand. What if this is the whole stream? Me, at the end of it, not figuring out what I'm doing. Probably should have done this off stream. But, you know, it's part of the learning experience. Can I also set the size of the level? Just use Pico 8 built-in for now. Does it take longer to reformat if that's been done? I don't want to use the Pico 8 built-in because there's many issues with it. It's that it's a limited size, and there's only one layer. If I want to define positions of things, I have to like write custom code that like replaces them, and that gets kind of messy. I can't also define my loop areas because there's only one layer. So I'm gonna use this, and this is going to have configurability. Anyway, it's gonna be one. What's the size of Pico 8? 64 times 2 is 128. I don't know why I had to type that out. It's gonna be 128 by 128. Level 0. Okay, let's restart this layers thing. So if we don't have this value is used in some levels, sure. But now the number is 2. Now the number is 1. Okay, so this one's going to be solid. Is there a way for me to make the default tile the non-solid tile? Is that a thing that's possible? Zen mode. Okay, let's go to rule. Wait a second. This button was not there before. And now it is. Error. What does that mean? Enable, disabled. Can I like delete all these rules? Delete this entire thing. Let's delete everything. Let's make a new group. Create an empty group. This one's gonna be walls. Okay, and then in the walls layer. Okay, this makes a bit more sense to me. So this one, oh, they have multiple things surrounding it. That's an issue that I had with the Godot tile thing, is that you could only define things that were immediately next to your current tile. If you wanted to do something like in Celeste, where like you can look 2 tiles out, that was not supported. But I guess this one, it does support it. All right, so this one is going to be this one's going to be a rule. This is your current tile. If you have tiles surrounding you in all directions, then okay, turns out I don't understand. Okay, then you choose the tile. Choose the tile. Welcome, Freshwater Fern. What were you doing? Probably software and game development. Yep. Hope your stream went well. Whatever it was that you were developing, I hope it was good and free of any bugs. Or if there were bugs, that you will fix them at some point. Anyway, Raiders, I'm working on a game. It participated in the GMTK Game Jam, and I should probably pin this game, huh? Should probably be like, hey everyone, check out my game. I don't believe her category. She was yapping non-derogatory. I mean, I was also doing that. It's a common thing with streamers. Welcome Backpack Vacuum. Welcome Max Wattage. This is a Sokoban game that is 29th place. It's 29th place in enjoyment. No problem. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the raid. It's right there. Look at that, 29. I'm going to pin this message just so people know. Let's see. My game, a colon, and then I press enter and then I pin it. And then everyone goes, whoa, what a cool game. Bro, that game is so cool. It's a Sokoban game in Pico 8. But now I'm trying to develop it not in Pico 8. No, I am still going to use Pico 8. I'm trying to use LDTK for my level editor, and I don't understand it. So if any raiders for some reason are familiar with LDTK, feel free to backseat. Feel free to be like, actually streamer, that's not how you do it. You're supposed to be doing this stuff. What is this? 3 columns? I don't know what that means. Individual tiles. Rectangles of tiles, what does that mean? What the heck? Individual tiles. And then you choose your wall tile. Okay, I've chosen my wall tile. Okay. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't understand. What is this? Okay, random tiles. Walls, water, anything. Rules are grid patterns that decide if a specific tile should be painted on your layer. Okay, so let's look at this rule. So this is your current tile. It's a wall. And then if the thing above you is also a wall... wait. The second means paint the tile on the left if any given grid cell contains a collision value. But why does it imply that though? Why is that? Here is a simple rule. Paint the tile on the left. Walls. Paint a wall if in any given cell there is a collision grid value. And there's no collision value above. I see. I see. So then, okay, so this one would mean that we would want to define what do we want to define here? I don't really know. Paint the tile on the left. Paint a wall. Solid? Any value? What is this? So paint a solid tile. If the current tile is solid, is that it? if this is solid, and if you are surrounded by solid tiles, then the tile that you should draw should be the transparent tile. But how does that work? Out of bounds policy. I don't know. It turns out no one knows. You choose this one. So this is the tile. If you are surrounded by things, it's got to be this one. And then what? And then... But then how do I paint? Okay, I see. Hold on. I'm pressing undo, but it doesn't do anything. What is this? So we can add another rule. This one would be, you put a wall tile if it's solid, right? Oh, okay. And then what? And how do I make this one work? Are these ordered? So I put this one up. Oh shoot! It works, guys. It actually works. You can, okay, so you can make a closed area. You can, if you fill the entire thing, is there like a paint bucket tool? Where's the tool that I use? So I would like to ideally fill the entire thing with wall, and then carve out where the actual thing is. Now we also want this thing to be, we want to edit this one. So that out of bounds policy, if there's a thing that's out of bounds, it'll also be a solid tile. Which means everything on the edge is going to be like this. Right, good job. Good job, I figured it out, sort of. Okay, so now if I had a thing to delete the tiles, it would simply be... Okay, you can right-click to delete. It's kind of weird that there's no undo button, though. Like, if I go here, I make a change, and then I press Ctrl-Z, it doesn't undo it. Why is that? You would imagine that something like that would be built in. Okay, so now we can build out levels. We can have stuff like this. We can make corridors. We can be like this, perhaps. That's pretty cool. And then you could fill it in again. Right. I feel like this should probably be the inverse. We probably want the default to be walls, and then we just fill in the open areas instead. Which I guess is similar to what I'm doing here. Whatever, it's probably fine. Okay. Now what? I would like for this thing, I would like to say if there's nothing there, it should be, we should put the empty tile. How do I do that? Add a new layer. This one's going to be, if there's nothing there, you should put this. Yes. Oh, look, it works, guys. It actually works. So then now if we remove stuff, it'll use this tile. Interesting. I could probably update this thing so that this one is a bit less distracting. Welcome, Waddle Block. This one could probably be pure black. The issue with that thing is, though, then we have a lot of tiles that are pure black, and it would be kind of hard to see. So maybe we don't do that. I could do this. No, we can't do that. Let's see. Light theme, all white? No. Can't be doing that. What if I filled all the tiles with another color that is not black? Then we can immediately tell which things are not. Yo, welcome, Dice Queen. Is it die? I've been pronouncing it die, but it could be D instead. I don't actually know. What were you doing? Like key. Okay, so it is D. Uma Musume. Yo, I love that game. Welcome, Professor Sapling. Welcome, Sentient Satchel. Welcome, Millennia Antares. Haunts. It's Gold Ship Week. You know, you got many free things. She had to run off her thing. No problem. I also do that. I raid and then I leave like one message and then I'm out of there. Anyway, Raiders, hello. I'm working on a game. It's actually pinned right now if you want to play it. But it won 29th place in a game jam. Which by default doesn't sound that impressive until you consider that there were 9,000 something entries. So, you know, 29, that's pretty good. Is me bragging. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out how to use LDTK. It's like a level design tool of some sort. You can carve out levels. It's got like things. I don't really know exactly. Never used it until today. And I will say it is a bit unintuitive. But I think I kind of understand somewhat now. Just a little bit. Can you have a level in the shape of a rat? Probably. Most likely. I think I'm going to fill in everything with a different color. Just so that I know. No, you know, maybe we shouldn't. Maybe I don't do that. Because I like to know that the tiles I've filled in are this. Actually, no, I probably should. Let's have the... but then it's going to be so bright though. Let's use this as the color. Fill in everything with this. Just everything. Get this one here. It's also this. This one is also this. Okay, so now we'll know. If we see anything that is this color, we know that it's wrong. And then that one. Okay, then you can zoom it back in to the 1x1s. Alright, so this is good. Everything here is good. And then we save it. Alright, then we go back. Let's export this. Yes. Alright, now it's this. Now it looks good. Look at this. Now you can fill in various things. Now there's probably a paint bucket tool somewhere. Don't really know where it is. Tile sets, perhaps? Perhaps layers? Maybe it's in the layers directory? Oh, here it is. Editing. Select empty spaces, tile stacking. Is there no, there's no like, okay, you can use shift click for a rectangle. Oh, okay. It's not really the same as fill, but I guess it works. Okay, so now you can create levels. What if we recreated my first level here? Let's go back here. Let's run it. I kind of wish there was an indicator on like where the center is. Like I know they have this, but there should be like a line in the middle. Welcome DX Nomad. Maybe there is. App settings, general UI scale, entity fields, single layer mode, start in full screen mode. I don't know. Alright, so we got this one though. We can sort of interpret the middle of the level to be here. And then here. There's like there's a 3x3 room. And then in here you got 3 of these. And then here's my question. Is it possible to move everything around? Welcome, Nutritious. Is there like a selection tool? Alt? That's not what I wanted. I would like something to click and drag. I would like to select multiple things. Current level settings. World depth, size, background image, custom fields, layers. Custom commands. Workspace setting. Default layer grid, that's gotta be 8. Entity size, gotta be 8. Default pivot point for new entities. Sure. Alright. And then what? And then what, though? Really makes it think. I should probably have had these be inverted, honestly. I think that makes sense. The default thing should be everything is filled in. So this should, instead of walls, it should be floors. Maybe. And then this one would be, you'd have to invert these. So then, how do we do this? This one would be if there is no, if there is nothing surrounding it. Is that true or is that the opposite? No. Floors. Floors. Okay, we should be using this thing. This thing will be if there's nothing on the tile, then we should use the solid. And then if there is something next to it, if there is a floor on any of these sides, then we should use this. Actually, this might be kind of complicated. There's probably some way to do it better. How do I undo this? Like this. Edit layer, we go here. Edit rules. Okay, this rule here. So rename this back to walls. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I understood, but I don't. Okay, this one's gonna be if this one is a wall, then you use this thing. This thing is going to be if there is a wall in every direction, then you use this one. And then this one is going to be if there is no wall. Okay. And then probably you can go here. It's probably a default, maybe. Is there a way to like default it as solid? Maybe not. Maybe it is not a thing. Select empty spaces. If this option is enabled when you select an area, selection will also include empty grid cells. Any grid cells in chat? Am I right, guys? When you add the word cell to the end of everything. Tile stacking. Stack multiple tiles in a single grid cell. Okay, let's do LDTK. How to select multiple. LDTK rectangular selection. Using the tile picker. Left click and drag. That's not what I wanted. Left click Wait, that's not the same though. That's not what I wanted. Wait. If I go here, layer settings, optional guide grid. Oh, you can have this one tell you the center, right? Kill tiles. Okay. Oh, okay, they do have this thing. Okay, so now you can tell where the middle of a level is. That's nice. How do I move multiple things around? Tile layers, auto layers, world, int grid layers. Active layer. This one, a list, solid. You can hide it. You can also unhide it. Okay, you can alt click. It's not alt. Is this alt? Which one is alt? This is alt. Pick. Now what is this? You're like picking this tile. There's nothing there. You can pick this tile and then copy it here. Is that what that's doing? Or no, you're taking a tile that is here. This tile here is going there. What? I don't know. Is this even entertaining? Watching someone struggle to figure out something. How do you do rectangular selection? Welcome, Alt Chakar. Tile layers. Tips and tricks. Support for a rectangle of tiles. LDTK move tiles. Surely there's a way to move things. Can I give a tip? Please, if you are familiar with LDTK, you can tell me to do something the correct way. Alright, so this was a suggestion that was completed, but they didn't say when. They didn't link a specific issue that resolved this. How do I move tiles? Copy paste for rules and rule groups. Did just release a Sokoban puzzle game, which I imagine will attract people who enjoy watching people struggle to figure things out. So true. So true. Try looking for a Discord server and ask. I will never do that. I will never join a Discord to search for something that should be available in a public support forum. I simply refuse to do so. It's one of the things I hate about the internet now. Everything's like contained on Discord. So you want a support question, it's like, go on the Discord. I was just like, what if you had like a forum that I could search? Wouldn't that be cool? Surely someone has encountered this before. Rotate and flip tiles. How do I... Okay, let's search for move. Move. Move levels. Move entities with arrow keys. Move tiles. Wait. I want to move individual tiles off there. If I do Alt left mouse button drag, I move all the tiles. Can I like select? Wait, what if I shift? You can select And then what if I did Alt? What if I selected it and then I did Alt? And then no, it doesn't work. Wait, what is this? See that? Welcome at Jaiware Dev. Thank you. Do you happen to know how to use LDTK? Because I'm stuck. Okay, you could do this. That, okay. Whatever. Maybe it's fine. Okay, so we have solid, and then you could have, and then what? Let's make a new layer. No, it could be the same layer, but then we call it stairs. Is this what I want? Grid values. Okay, we can have grid value 2. Stairs. Stairs down, stairs up. No, or should the stairs be an entity? I know they have entities. They've gotten some other things as well. It's hard to say exactly. I think it would make sense to have it as an entity. So this layer is only for solids. And then we could have like another layer. How do I make a new layer? Layers, new. Image tiles picked from a tile set. Integer grid contains numbers, can be used to auto tile things. Auto layer. The special layer is rendered automatically using dynamic rules and an in-grid layer as the source for its data. Wait, isn't that what I wanted? Wait a second. Hey, what is this? So this, I see. Int-grid layer should just be the values. And then this is like the rendered, this is like decoration, I guess. Have I been doing this wrong the whole time? What the heck? Also, where's my Firefox? Okay, here it is. How does this person do it? They have these tiles set up. It's moving. It's here. I don't know. Okay, you can select the level int grid. Select the auto tile set. And then what if this one simply did not use a thing? Okay, so now this level is just the values. And then if you go to the auto layer, I believe here is where you can set the rules. But I've deleted, I've deleted the rules. You can create, okay, we can redefine our rules here. So I get it, I understand now. I think this level should be floors instead. Floor. Right, and then we can remove all the tiles that we set. Is that true? Auto layer. Rules. Okay, so this group is going to be the walls. Right, so now a wall This is the rule that determines when a wall should be drawn. Let's add all our rules first. Let's make a new one. This is going to be the wall surrounded. The wall surrounded by other walls. He said surrounded. And then this is the empty one. Right, so this should be the default. If there's nothing there, sorry, this is if there is a floor there, it should be this. Can I rename solid to something else? Where's the settings? Settings. Tiles default. It's like too many concepts here. Tiles. Layers. Okay, so in floor, instead of solid, this is going to be floor. Right. And then you go here. Go to the rules. Okay, so in here, if there's nothing there, if there is a floor there, you set it to this tile. Let me actually go here and clear everything. Because by default, there should be no floors. There's probably a better way. Oh, yeah, I could just use the rectangle. Right. No, it's you gotta do the other rectangle. Okay, so we have floor there. The auto tile rules. So if we draw a floor, we should see these things. Okay, so that's there. Now we just need to define the rules for when the wall should be drawn. So you look at this wall, and you say, if your current tile is not a floor, wait, how do I do this? So if your current tile is not a floor, then draw this. But that's not how it works. But why? Is it because of the order? Oh, it's because this thing, okay. It's because this thing has precedence. And since you reorder it, this one will apply first. And then this one will be if there is, there's nothing around. Hold on. When should you draw this entirely empty tile? This will be if you're surrounded by empty tiles, right? So it should be this. No, that's not it. It should be is it this? No? I don't know what I'm doing. What if I move this one up? Oh, that's what it is. Okay. And then the out of bounds policy will be if there's empty cells. Okay, treat the outside as empty cells. So I've sort of figured it out. And then, so now if we go here, we can draw floors. If we right click, we can delete floors. That's good, right? That's good. Okay, then we can add another thing. The other thing could be perhaps an entity. Let's figure out how entities work. Our first one should maybe be the spawn point. Maybe. Or maybe it could be a box for the player. Let's have it be the player. No, it should be like the the floor. It should be the spawn point. Spawn point, I guess. Welcome, Diego. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so the spawn point is going to be the stairs going down. It's going to be this thing. Okay, and then in this one, pivot point is there. Max count is this one. How do we actually do it though? Max count. Oh, you can restrict them. Max count 1 per level. And then you have another one that is next level. Is enjoyment a category like in the Game Awards Best X Game? Yeah, it's a voting category. The categories are creativity, enjoyment, audio, narrative, artwork. As you can imagine, my game did not do well in audio, specifically because I didn't design any audio in mind. There is audio, but it's not really a main part of the game. Okay, so now we have 2 entities. But how do I set the graphics? How do I choose what this looks like? We have a spawn point, resizable, tags, add to JSON table. Do silent games automatically go to the bottom? It depends on how people vote. Some people could vote 5 on a silent game if they wanted to. Alright, let's figure out how entities work. Here we go, entities. Got 41 in enjoyment, but 1808 in audio. Wait, which one is yours? 41. I feel like of all the ones I played, this one is my favorite one. I really enjoyed this one. It was a good one. 41 is... It's not loading. Is itch broken? Is itch? It's still loading. I voted 3 out of 5 for narrative on games that didn't have a narrative. Yeah, that's what I did. If a game like pretty much did not have a story, I at least gave it a 3. It feels bad to give something like a 1, you know? Is itch down? Oh no. No. I'm having issues with it. Maybe. Down scan. Where's down detector? Isn't that usually the first result? Is itch.io working for everyone else? It loads for you? What? Not even there. Itch. They don't have itch.io on down detector. Is this for real? No, it is a gateway timeout. No, it works now. It works now. Oh, hop and revoke. I saw this one on the list. I did not actually play it, but congrats on getting 41. If you actively tried to do a narrative and it sucked, I think that's worse than not having one. Maybe, yeah, probably. You know, that's how it is. There's a lot of good games out there that I probably will not get to play. Welcome, Gron. I will be playing some of these on Saturday, though. Because that is my variety gaming. And I do love to see games that I can play. Oh, it's a 1-bit game. It looks good. But I do not have time to play it today. Okay, what we're doing, we're looking at how entities work. Let's see. An entity can be I can't talk. Can be displayed in various ways. have its own constraints. You could limit the amount of player start entity to 1. Adding more will simply move the existing one. You can have custom fields. Okay, but how do I show it though? That's my question. They describe what it is, but they didn't describe... Oh, you can make it... you could choose the tile. Okay, so stairs is going to be this one. I got pretty middling results, but my game was pretty unfinished and buggy. Which one was yours? What was it? What was your game about? So what is this? Hollow Knight reference? Clicks will pass through hollow entities except on edges. Scrap. I think I saw that one in list of games at some point. Scrap Looper. Yeah, I think I saw this one, or a similar looking one. Nice. Is that a tank? This kind of reminds me of like a tank game that I used to play as a kid. It's called it might have just been called Tanks. Is that a thing? Tanks game? Classic game from the internet? Tanks Online multiplayer game? It's not this one. Bonus.com. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? No. Tank Wars. I don't know. Maybe I'm hallucinating. There's definitely a game that I played as a kid that involved tanks. I got around 3.5 stars on all categories except narrative, where I got 2.5. What was your game? I think I know what you're talking about. Bonus.com tank game. Feedback rail. Oh, this one? Oh. I feel like I played a few games like this. They were always like pretty enjoyable. There was one for the Love 2D Jam that I played that was also like you make like a track and then you like collect things. There was like another one where you have to like loop around efficiently. I don't know. What is the train game? Feedback rail. Train games, pretty good idea. Okay, so now we have spawn point. We also have next level. This one could be this. Okay, so now we should be able to draw a stairs. How do I actually draw these though? I got 4.0 for creativity and 3.8 for enjoyment. I'm happy with that since those are the two categories I tried. I don't think I looked at the categories at all, honestly. I was kind of just like, I just have an idea, I'm just going to make a game. I was not even aware that, you know, these were categories. But, you know, it's probably not going to affect how I design my game. Also, I should drink water. It is, in fact, 7 p.m. I'm 4 minutes late to when I usually hydrate on stream. Alright, I've done it. It's International Cat Day. Spoilers? Spoilers? Yeah, I was gonna find that out at the end of the stream. Did not affect how I designed my game at all. Yeah. But you know, I'm sure some people cared about the categories. There were some good narrative ones. I think I played one of them. I played this one. This one was good. I don't think I've played any of these other ones though. Yo, is that Glorp? Amazing. The art on this one looks nice. Narrative. What about creativity? A lot of creative games out there. Audio. It would make sense that a lot of the highly rated audio games are the ones like about music. Because like, you know, the music is part of the core experience. Everything else, music is kind of just like a background thing. I'm mostly just a hardcore puzzle enjoyer. Most of the games I played didn't have narrative. Yeah. I feel like I usually don't care about story in games. If there's a game that has like a lot of dialogue, I'm probably not playing it. Like, I'm sure the games are good. It's just my type of game that I play, not really story rich. Unless it's like a really short game. If it's like a game that's like less than 10 minutes, then sure. Which I guess a lot of Game Jam games are. So I probably would have enjoyed quite a few of these. But I don't know. What was it? All right, I was gonna draw entities. How do we put an entity? Like, I can click on this thing. Oh, you probably make a new layer for it. Probably go to layers and then add an entity layer. Time hates time travel. Time hates time travel. This one. I also don't think all games need narrative personally. It's good for jam or even full games, it's not necessary. Yeah, I guess it was just there to like give different options, I guess. I could add this one to list of games. But yeah, I mean, in my game, like it had like a little bit of narrative, like at the very end. Now, if someone played this and thought that I was adding things for narrative purposes at the end, it was just a coincidence. But I could see people being like, "Oh, he added a thing where the rat escapes." That's totally that was totally there for narrative purposes. But it was entirely by accident. Anyway, this game was pretty short. Portal 2. True. Anyway, I'm glad I decided to put like level names, because if I didn't, I'm not sure that people would have realized that those things are supposed to be cheese. It, like, to me, it looks like cheese. If you were not told that it was cheese, I don't know that I feel like maybe you would have known. But I feel like a lot of people would have been like, I don't know what that is. I'm not sure what that thing is. Here's the narrative portion of my game. I love how it bonks its head against the wall. Yeah, that was actually copied from a well-known Pico 8 tutorial. There's a game called Pork-like. Probably wouldn't have known that the main character is a rat. It does look kind of like a dog. There was someone in the comments that was like, that thought it was a dog. I wanted to reply like, actually it's a rat, but whatever. Yeah, the bumping against walls is based on this. You'll notice that the visual style for my game is also very similar to this. It's because I saw his tutorial and I was like, that's a good style. I'm gonna copy it. Look at this. They got the wall as well. Although the bumping here is not as noticeable as it was in his tutorial. The bumping in my game was based on the way he did it in his tutorial. Maybe it's a bit more noticeable when you're going to the right. Thought of it as an ambiguous creature thing like Baba. Yeah, a lot of people did compare it to Baba. It does, I guess, have a similar style. But it was supposed to be a rat. It was also the title of the game. Was at rat. It was a rat loop. It's a rat loop if it looped around. Like this right here. Look, it says rat loop. But then it says op ratlo. Someone said they thought the ears on the bunny in my game were arms, like the pixel artifact. Yeah, it's like when you have like low resolution pixel art, I could see a lot of things are open to interpretation. Reminds me of Bob Is You, his meme with block pushing games in general. It could be true that more people know about Baba than the original Sokoban. I feel like most people probably haven't played the original Sokoban. Like, I don't know if I have. When I think of Sokoban, I think of like the genre instead of like the game. I guess it's kind of like how Rogue is like a genre. Roguelike, but no one has really played Rogue. But everyone has played a roguelike. That's just how it is. Alright, so we got spawn point. Oh, shoot. Welcome, Kotan 10. Reminds me of Adventures of Lolo. So true. So true. So you can have one spawn point per level and one exit per level. And this could be here. Whoa. Baba is so much overwhelmingly more popular than all other Sokobans, the two became synonymous. I wonder what the most popular Sokoban is besides Baba Is You. I wonder if I would know it. Most popular Sokoban games. I played Rogue during my Linux class, it was very hard. I would assume so, yeah. Boxel. Oh yeah, Chips Challenge. I remember Chips Challenge. Sokoban. Catherine. Oh, Catherine's pretty well known. It's not exactly. I guess it is kind of like a Sokoban, but it's like an action game though. It's got like a time limit. There's like things chasing you. Oh, Steven Sausage Roll. Do you know that Steven Sausage Roll developer made Puzzle Script? And that he also streams on Twitch. It's true, he does. Patrick's Parabox. I feel like most people probably haven't heard of that one though. Like, I'm aware of it, but I don't know that most people have. I didn't know he streams on Twitch. He sure does. Increpare, I believe is his name. I saw him streaming Holocure the other day. I was like, what the heck? He's playing a VTuber game? I guess it would be hard to tell because he doesn't link his Twitch on here. But yeah, he is on Twitch. Anyway. We have, look at this, we got entities. It's working. We could add another entity for door. Maybe it's ink repare, like an ancient Greek name. Ink repair. Me when I repair my ink. Alright, we got a door here. An opened door. And then we have another one for button. And this one's going to be it's gonna be this one. And then what? And then what? I think one property of these spawn points, I could have it tell you what color the player should be. I've gotten recommendations for random playthroughs of Patrick's Parabox of YouTube from people who don't usually do Sokobans, and I haven't for Sausage Roll. Yeah, actually I've never seen anyone play Steven's Sausage Roll. I've also never heard of it until I played a game that was similar to it, and then I had like multiple people in chat be like, oh, this is just like Steven's Sausage Roll. And then I looked it up and I was like, I've never heard of this. But I guess there are, it did inspire many games. But yeah, I have not heard of the other Sokoban games that mentioned on that page. Well-known Sokoban games. Actually, I could just go on itch. There is a Sokoban tag. Oh yeah, Void Stranger. I played this one. This one was fun. I played this one as well. Snakebird. Wait, I don't know if I would qualify Snakebird as a Sokoban, but it does have block pushing, I guess. Maybe. I played this one. All of Adam Saltzman games are really good. And also made in Pico 8. Isles of Sea and Sky. I don't think I've heard of that one. What the heck is this one? Wait, what is this one? Patrick's Power. Well, that's my game. Look at that. Popular. Whoa, my game is the number. What number is this? Number 10 most popular. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20. It's the 20th most popular Sokoban game. Whoa. Haven't heard of Squishcraft? I sure haven't. You know which game is good? End Step Steve. That was a good one. Curious Fishing. I think this one was on my list of games that I wanted to play. Welcome, Nina Burb. Oh, Nina Burb, also, I believe you were the one who made another puzzle script game that I played. The one where things change every once in a while, every level. What was that one called? I already forget. But I played that one. It was good. This one was a fun one. I didn't understand the one where you control nothing, but I solved it by accident. Anyway, we're just talking about puzzle games. Examples of well-known Sokoban games. The best ones. A Monsters Expedition. Oh, I played this one as well. I didn't finish this one, but I did enjoy it. A good snowman is hard to build. Void Train. There it is. Isles of Sea and Sky. Quite a few of them on here. Yeah, there. Oh, Squishcraft. Is this actually like a well-known one? It's like known enough to be put on here. The nothing rule is based on the rule empty is you and Baba. Yeah, but I've never played it, so I'm sure if I did play it, I probably would understand it. Probably why it was so confusing for many. If you could explain in like one sentence how that level works, I think it'd be nice. Unless it's the kind of thing that's like, it's got like 10 different rules. It's like, if you're on wall and you press up, then wall is pushed down. You control all empty space at once. Oh. That's what I assumed it was. But for some reason, it didn't work the way that I thought it did. don't know. I'm sure if I replayed it, I probably would be like, oh right, obviously. There were some games that I played during the Game Jam that like I did not understand at first. The one about there was one that I played about dominoes, and like I kept wondering, oh, why can't I put a domino here? I can put one here, but I can't put it here. Why is that? And then after watching the stream over, I was like, of course you can't put it there. It's actually so obvious. Empty spaces don't include walls, so you can't push off walls. Interesting. I will have to think about it. If I ever play Baba Is You. I'm kind of surprised that I've never played Baba Is You, though. It's like one of the most well-known games in this genre. But I feel like I've watched people play it to the point where, like, I feel like if I played it, I would just feel really stupid. And I probably would spend, like, way too long on levels. There's one like Sausage Roll, but you're exploring a museum archipelago. Do you know the name of it? A Monsters Expedition. Yeah, that one was on the list of games. I believe it was one of the first ones on here. Baba's used the game that got me into puzzle development. Yeah, I could see why. It's like a very well designed game. It probably like introduced a lot of people to like this genre. Yeah, this one. Monsters Expedition. Anyway, what was I doing? I was defining things. Let's see. It had a level editor, like available for the general public to use. Actually, no, yeah, it was. I forgot. I have seen various people make Baba Is You levels. I forgot that was a thing. That was cool. But look at this. We can have buttons and doors. Whoa. That's crazy. And very prominent in the custom level community for Baba. Like 4,000 hours. I think I saw someone make like Tetris in Baba Is You. It's like every move was connected to like a billion other states. And it probably ran very inefficiently. But it looked very cool. It's like amazing when people make like unexpected things in a fairly simple like level, a simple game. I mean, not to say that Baba is simple. It's definitely pretty complicated. But you would not expect it to be able to do that. Is Baba Turing complete? I have no idea. Oh, that's what the arrows are for. You can... Oh, you're moving this thing there. That's intuitive. The earliest custom level I've seen was Doom in Baba. How did they do that? Wait a second. Baba Is You. Doom? What the? Wait, this is real? How did they do that? Is this real? How did they... Oh, there's a rule that lets you be in first, but okay, I did not know that. That's kind of cool. What the heck? Actually, I've never played Baba Is You, but I have played Super Is Hot. Anyone remember this one? Super Is Hot? You move and then you like make rules about when you can shoot. That was a cool one. The level packs every pent which does that and lights off, which is essentially just straight up its own game. It might be worth knowing about. Every pence. Baba. I've not heard of this one. It's pretty hard. I got stuck on one of the levels for like a long time. Every pence. They're both on itch. Lights off. Baba is you. Lights off. Interesting. I'm playing Nimi's Garden for Baba is you. What is that one? Is that Nimi the VTuber? Probably not. Nimi is you. This is before Nimi the VTuber. This is a totally different thing that just happens to have the same name. We got rockets. Anyway, good times, Baba is you. I know the Baba is you developer makes like a ton of other games. Baba Files Taxes, I played that one. Mobile Suit Baba, a bunch of like Sokoban type games as well. Like a lot of short one-off games. I played this one. Actually, I think I played all of these. I tried playing some of these though, I was never very good at them. But I have heard that these are pretty good. It's just that my brain doesn't understand how to do them. Have I seen Power Sokoban? I don't think I have. I've never finished any of the Cove Mount likes. Yeah, I assumed that they would be easy. But then like I tried them and they're like really hard. Power Sokoban. I have not seen this one. Sokoban puzzles with combat elements? What the? You're fighting things? Have I seen Pack-a-Rat Down the Bunburrows? I also heard that one was really hard. I think it was for free. If you're like an Amazon Prime subscriber, you get it for free one time. Or no, it might have been an not an itch.io. It might have been an Epic Games free game at some point. Either that or it was for free on Amazon Prime. So I do technically have it. But I've heard it's very hard. Anyway. There's things. There's a lot of good games out there. Such as my game. You should play my game right now. I'm just kidding. Everyone here has already played my game. Alright, what am I doing though? So now, okay, we have all it takes to define a level. I would like to be able to define a color for the spawn point. So that it's like when you enter this level, you should be blue or you should be red. Or I guess I could just make it so that you're always blue. But then it would be kind of confusing. If you enter one level and you're blue, and then at the end you're like red, and then you go to the next level and you're like, why am I red now? Why am I blue? This doesn't make sense. You can probably add some properties to these. How do I actually add things? I love the first half of Pack-a-Rat Down the Bunburrows, then it became genuinely awful. I do remember when the game first came out. I think I looked at the Steam reviews, and it was like a lot of people were like, this game is way too hard. Also, welcome Marklar. I prefer to be blue. So true. So true. And honestly, that's what's been stopping me from trying it. Is that people think it's too hard. So if other people think it's too hard, it's probably going to be even harder for me. Especially if I'm going to be streaming it. You know, when you stream things, your IQ like decreases because you gotta like explain things. It's like when I play games off stream, I'm like slightly better. Not that much better, but like a little bit better. But when you're streaming it, you gotta like talk, you gotta be like, oh, what if I push this here? What if I press this button? It detracts from your brain. Are you trying to meta puzzles? I guess that would explain why Baba Is You is so enjoyable. It does have many meta puzzles. How do I even be red? You can be angry. When you're red, people consider that angry. Okay, each entity can have various custom fields. How do I set that? They say that you can have custom fields, but they don't say how to do it. Tags? Documentation? What is this? Oh, wait, okay, that's kind of confusing. Is that there's an entire section down here that I was not aware of. I would have assumed that there would be like a scroll. There'd be like a scroll wheel here. It helps to sleep off anger. But then what if you're so angry that you can't sleep? Let's add a new enumeration. Color. All possible values. Blue. Red. And this one is going to be this blue. This red is going to be this red. That's the other side. It's too much. I should learn Pico 8. It would be nice to make something not confined by limits of puzzle script. Pico 8's pretty nice. There's been quite a few good puzzle games made in Pico 8. Adam Saltzman makes most of them. Every single time this guy releases a game, I'm like, yo, let's go. Adam Saltzman puzzle game. They're always so good. But yeah, I think not Pico 8. I think puzzle script games are pretty nice. But it is kind of jarring sometimes when like there's no animation. Like when you move to a tile, you just like you snap there. Like the nice thing about this game, it's got like, you know, you can move between tiles. You can bump on things. I feel like the bumping is a very important mechanic for like a game like this, where like sometimes it's not obvious where you can move. Like in this situation here, if you were to loop around, you could like bump into the wall but not know that you're bumping into the wall on the other side. And then the fact that you can show an animation that's like you can't go there because you're actually on the other side is kind of nice. Right, like this one. You might be like, oh, I can loop up, but no, you can't because there's a thing up there. Let's see, I've been trying to learn workarounds to get more out of puzzle script. My game has fairly complex logic. Can think of ways to do animation. It would take a lot of effort. Yeah, but I've never used puzzle script, but I guess it does give you like very convenient ways to define rules. Whereas if you were to implement them yourself, you probably would have like a lot of if conditions. Puzzle script is an easy engine to learn. My first game was made in the same week I learned the engine with no prior coding knowledge. Yeah, it's nice when there's like engines like that. They're like made for like one specific thing. Puzzle script. I think like Bitsy is one of them for like narrative-based games. It's like GB Studio, I guess, is made for mostly platformers and top-down games. RPG Maker, you know, it's good. What was I doing? Alright, I defined an enumeration of color. And then we can say that the spawn point has a color. Oh, shoot. So it has a color. I should have made this in vanilla HTML5, which is the other thing I do. Like, you just draw to a canvas, like manually. That's absurd. Actually, I wonder if anyone made like a game that's like for GMTK in like a web framework, like in React or something. Need to find a new engine. Would love to make platformers someday. Yeah, platformers are pretty complex, I would say. There's a lot of like subtle things about like collision, where ideally you would have an engine that can handle that stuff for you. I learned Godot, and that my first game was in Godot. It's a platformer. Godot has a dedicated platformer branch? What? I didn't know that. I tried Love 2D once, that was nice. Yeah, I just like... I'm not a huge fan of Lua as a scripting language. It's got like a lot of really weird things about it. I'm saying this as someone who's developing in Pico 8, which uses Lua. But if I could avoid using Lua, that'd be nice. There's something about it. I saw some new names in chat, wondered how many streams I miss. I think they're all here from the Game Jam. It's from me making a game that people enjoyed. Isn't that crazy? You can make a game and people will play it and then watch you stream. Your game is extremely similar to a scrapped game I was working on in PuzzleScript. Nice. I think you've made several games, right? Many PuzzleScript games. Yeah. Similar to just doing Canvas in HTML5. Oh yeah, I looked a little bit at Love 2D. It does have like, yeah, you just define like you want to draw a shape here, you want to draw like a rectangle, stuff like that. Pico 8 has a similar thing. It's actually like Pico 8, you like it has the editor for like drawing sprites, but you're kind of just saying like put this sprite at this position, and that's pretty much like the entire API. Although I guess they do have ways to like get tile sets and all that. Love 2D. If you put live 2D in that, would that be Love Live 2D? I understand. Love Live, the anime series. And Live 2D, the VTuber software. It's not really specifically for VTubers, but that's what most people associate it with. The main difference was the looping area was pushable. Everything was the same color, would move with the looping area. Oh, okay. So it would be like if you had, for example, like a rectangle, and there was like a box inside it, and then you pushed, I'm just drawing a bunch of boxes. If you push this thing, everything in here would move. Something like that. Fond of the engine Action Game Maker on Steam. It's Godot based and pre-configured for 2D platformer. Action Game Maker. Yeah, I'm sure there's like a lot of engines like that that I've just not heard of. The blue walls inside would allow you to push it. The blue walls. It'd be like if you were here, if you're like in the wall and then you push, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to like explain something in text. Or it's like if you see it, you're like, oh, of course. Of course you wrap around. Of course you can push this thing. It's probably like the you control nothing level. That one probably would be straightforward if I saw someone like do the level properly. But since I haven't, I'm just like, I don't know. Value specifications, default value, blue, can be null. No. Display an editor. Show value. Show value. What? What does this mean? Don't display too many entity fields. That's fine. Center. Sure. Okay, so can I set this spawn point to be, okay, you can set the color, blue or red. Oh, and then it tells you the color. Interesting. It allowed for some fun edge cases where you could have a crate loop because it got caught on a loop wall, the edge of the looping area. Yes, that is quite hard to visualize. But I'm sure I would understand if I saw it. Anyway, here's a fun fact about my game, is that the buttons are actually hard-coded to toggle any door on the same row or column. And that was specifically for me to avoid having to code in extra logic to say this button opens this door. If you had 3 doors in a row, the button would then open all 3 of them. And that's why on the last level, you have a button and like 2 doors. And going on the button opens both doors, because they happen to be vertically and horizontally aligned. Now, I didn't expect people to know that, or people to care which button opens which door. Also, one thing that I didn't consider when I was making my game is that I didn't think about what would happen if you had a box on an open door, but then like if you push the if you, for example, had like a box and then it's like on the same position as a door that's open, and then like something gets pushed off the button, that's not a thing that my game actually handles. It's just that I just happened to not have a level where that was possible. So it just never came up. But if it did happen, I think they would just exist in the same tile. Which is cool, I guess, maybe. Anyways, various things like that. Oh, I need to also add a box, right? Box. Alright, so this one's going to be a tile. And it's going to be this one. And then it also has a color. I've already forgot where to set that. Put this here. Okay, it's going to be this one. One example of why premature optimization is bad. No, I would have been fine. I just would have had to like code extra things. Wait, what? Override entity color. If enabled, the color of the enum value will override the default entity. Wait, that's actually amazing. That's what I want. Display an editor. Show value. Center. Wait. Hold on. Let's go to this one. I want it to override the color. If I put a box here, it's blue. I thought it would have changed the sprite color. I guess it just changes the text color. I should make it so that there's no default, so that you have to choose one. Override entity color. If enabled, the color of the enum will override the entity color. But it doesn't though, does it? I mean, it updates the label, which I guess maybe is what they meant. It would be nice if they could update the sprite as well. Always show. On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is it to learn Pico 8? It's actually really easy. It only has like a few functions. Eight. Yeah, 8. Pico 8. I could even teach you right now. There's an education edition. You could do this in your browser for free. You can't save it though. You can make stuff in here, but you can't save it. Also, yeah, Pico 8 costs money. I think it's worth it. It's like $8, I think. Actually, I don't know. How much is it? It'd be nice if it was $8, because, you know, it's Pico 8. It's $15, whatever. Okay, so basically in Pico 8, you have your sprites. You can draw whatever you want here. If you drew, like, for example, a little blob. You can mix tiles and also character sprites. Anything that's black is by default transparent. And then you got a map editor here. You can place various tiles. It's right here. You place your guy as well. They got music. You make sounds simply by drawing them, which I think is the coolest feature of it. You can also make music, but I don't really know. I'm not familiar with that part. You can change like the tone or whatever, the type of wave. You can make it slower. And then this is where the music stuff is. I don't know how to do that. But then here's your code. You could code it in the editor, or you could simply do #include and then the name of your file. And then make sure you have it like in the same directory. And that's how I did it. I have everything like in a different editor because I find it very unpleasant to use this editor, but you could do it. And then there's like 3 main functions. Draw, there's init, there's draw, and update. So init runs once at the start. There's some function, print. Update will run once every frame. Draw can run, it usually runs every frame, but then if your logic is slower, it might run less than once per frame. It might run like every few frames if whatever. But update, you would put in here your like logic for changing positions. Let's say you had like X and Y. And then in draw, you could simply use that to draw something. There's a function to clear the screen, which you want to do every frame. Install Windows 10 on my work computer. It's a really good thing to do at 4:48 p.m. So true. And then you log on the next day on Monday and it just doesn't work. And then there's a function called sprite, SPR. It will simply take the sprite at the current index, which is 1. And then you give it an X and Y. There's a bunch of other flags as well. But then in update, you could check like if you also want to do, there's a map function. Map will draw the current map. I tend to call global, okay, it's not clear, it is actually CLS for clear screen. So now we have our map and we have our guy. And then you can do if button left, then px minus equals 1. And then you could just copy the same thing for other stuff. This is how I do games in HTML5. Yeah, Pico8 is very primitive. You have to define a lot of stuff. And then you could just copy paste it. There's probably a better way to do this. But for demonstration purposes, this is probably good enough. Also, the way that I'm typing this is Pico8, I think by default in the editor does not have like upper and lowercase. If you do like Shift U, that's the up, Shift D for down, Shift R for right. If you try to type like lowercase stuff, it just makes weird symbols. I don't quite do completely HTML5. I use P5. I think I've tried using that before. I think that makes more sense than using pure HTML5, because that would be pretty annoying. But okay, so now in our update we handle inputs. I'm pressing Control R to like switch between the game, by the way, and then you can move up and down. I've failed to move. Okay, this should be actually PY. I have maybe done something wrong, because I can't continue to move to the left or right. Anyway, there's some stuff here. Yeah, and I know that's like a built-in thing in Pico8. I don't like using that notation because it's not like a standard Lua thing. Because I know if I use it in this editor, it's gonna complain. Like, because I like editing things outside the editor. But yeah, it's gonna be like, this isn't valid. It's not valid syntax. I feel like everything that P5 does is shortcuts for HTML Canvas stuff. Yeah. Probably. Wait, what am I doing wrong here? Oh, because I'm setting this right, because I'm resetting it every frame. Duh. This should only be this should be done once, right? Now, okay, now we have movement. And then, you're like, how do you do animation then? You could simply copy things, and then it's up to you to implement animation on your own. You could then do like, every frame you could have like a timer, t equals 0, and then you do like t plus equals 1, and then sprites, you could be like, I don't know, just call a value. If t mod, what am I doing? T divided by 5, floor is greater than mod, what am I doing? Mod 2? Okay, we could just do this. Right, then you have some animate. What the heck was that? Okay, that's apparently when I was copying graphics. That's what that gets output as. Okay, this is what I meant. Look, now we got 2 frames, but that's wrong. We should actually be +1. Oh, shoot. He's walking around. Anyway, that's Pico8. And then you could do, like, sounds. There's, like, sound effects. At the start of the game, you can play a sound. Anyway, that's Pico8. It's pretty easy to learn. At this point, normal game engines are genuinely less convenient. I don't like the engine systems getting in the way of my own logic. Yeah, I feel like if I were to try to make my game that I made for this jam in Godot, which I think is my preferred engine nowadays, I feel like it would have taken a lot longer. Mostly because of, like, I don't know, I like that Pico 8 handles things like on a per pixel level. If you try to do pixel art stuff in Godot, it's like, it doesn't work well half the time. You have to like change 10 different settings. Like you can get it to work, it's just like, it's not the default behavior. You have to set up like a bunch of views, a bunch of sub viewports and all that. I don't know. Anyway, what was I doing? I should probably save this. Probably should commit this at some point. So we figured out how to define maps in LDTK. I have not actually imported this into Pico 8, but I'm sure it's probably not that hard. Surely it's not that hard. It probably is kind of hard. What the heck? What is this? It's probably, okay, it's telling me that I don't have the color. Right, as you place a thing, you have to choose a color. That's kind of nice. They force you to choose. Control S git commit LDTK levels. No, my messages would be slightly more detailed. It would be add LDTK levels. Welcome, Hamflow. Levels. Okay, what does this file look like? Oh, it's just a JSON file. Interesting. Yep, it sure is JSON. Rat flow. Wait, what is this? What is this stuff? Auto layer tiles? It seems very verbose. There's a lot of stuff here. I like that you can kind of tell what some things are. I don't know what this is exactly. Oh, this is the box. This is the box. This is another box. This is cheese. This one is cheese. What is Picotron and Voxatron? Voxatron, I think no one uses it. It's like it's a way to do voxel games. Picotron is like it's a fairly new thing. It's like if Pico 8 is like an 8-bit engine, Picotron would be like a 32-bit engine maybe. It's like it has more high resolution graphics, other stuff. I feel like most people are still using Pico 8. Yeah, Sako used Picotron for their game. I was kind of surprised at how much more resolution Picotron had. Got back from eating. Did you find the solution? No. No, I don't think I need it just yet. Probably at some point. But yeah, Picotron, I think Picotron is just like its own separate thing. I don't think as many people are using it, so there's probably not as many good tutorials. I find that one of the good things that I enjoy about Pico 8 is that it's very limited. I feel like with other engines, there's like too many options. Like with Pico 8, I don't need to think as much about what colors I'm using because I can only use one of these. The map editor kind of constrains you. I don't know. Consider using Pico 8, but I felt the resolution was too low for the game I wanted to make. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think Picotron is also like a it's not a desktop engine that you would use for your main desktop, but like it has like a desktop environment, right? You can make like wallpapers for Picotron. Yeah. It has all the tools, but it's a bit more advanced. It's got other stuff. Anyway, I should end my stream. After I commit this, I was gonna commit this. Add initial LDTK level attempt setup. Okay, I'm gonna wait for this to synchronize to my main computer, and then I will end the stream. Git fetch. It's not pushed to a repository. Remote, I mean. Alright, let me check on my main computer. It has not yet synchronized. But it will soon. Anyway, I didn't get very far today on today's stream, but I think I figured out enough that I could probably quite easily make levels in LDTK and then write a custom script to import them into Pico 8. Alright, the files have been synchronized. I will now end my stream. Thanks for watching. Alright, let's see what day it is. Let's send you somewhere. I saw LDTK to Pico 8 script. I saw that one. I want to write my own thing, because that thing assumes certain things. And my game is not that. International Cat Day. A lot of days today. Mochi Day. Sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch day. Peasant Day. Scottish Wildcat Day. I think this one's funny. Sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch day. Could do that one. Let's see. National. Actually, let me look it up to make sure it's not weird, because it might be really weird. National Sneak some zucchini into your neighbor's porch. Onto. National Sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch day. What is the meaning of this holiday? It's a gardener thing. Zucchini bread. I don't know. That's a good raid message. Whatever. National Sneak some zucchini onto your neighbor's porch day raid. I don't know what emoji is going to be relevant. Sure, you could do that one. Yeah, copy paste that one. Okay, let's see who's streaming. Who's out there streaming things on this website? Let's see. There's many people stream. I don't think I've ever rated Amped. He's never online at this time. Oh, is he literally at the end of the game? I think he's at the end of the game. He's playing Danganronpa. He's at the credits. Whatever. I'm gonna send you there before he ends his stream. And then he's probably gonna send you somewhere else. But I've never rated him. So now I can. Anyway. I'm going to be back tomorrow with some variety gaming. What's the emo for zucchini? That one. That one works. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be live. The usual variety Saturday stuff for people who have not been here. We usually start off, we do a bunch of daily games. Bunch of like Game Dole, Wordle. No, I don't do Wordle. Crosswords. And then starting from the 3rd hour of the stream, at the 2-hour mark, I'll play some itch.io games. And that's going to be for 3 hours. 2 hours plus 3 hours. It's 5 hours. Me when I know how to do math. Yep, that's a number. 2 plus 3. That's 5. 5 hours. But that's tomorrow. And then that's going to be it for the week. Good times. I'm going to be playing Uma Musume off stream. Because it is Gold Chip week. And there are rewards. Anyway, the raid's going. I will see you next time. Goodbye.